Hello, everyone. You are watching Power Up with Pride 2026, benefiting Point of Pride. My name's Stump. I'll be hosting for these next couple of runs. We'll soon have our next run ready for you. That will be Sonic Robo Blast 2 by Garby. And we do have an incentive open for that, for the end of it, that will be for a showcase of a custom map. We currently have just under $193 towards that out of the 400 we need for by the end of the run to see that. So make sure that when you are donating to Point of Pride, you select that to count your donation towards it. You can find the donation link below or by typing !donate in chat. More info about the schedule that we have for the rest of today and the rest of the marathon with !schedule. And about the incentives we have open, which, well, it's just that one at the moment, but I'm sure that there will be more in the later runs with ! incentives. And your donations are benefiting Point of Pride. Point of Pride is a trans-led and 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they've served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and over 100 countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. They're currently celebrating their 10-year anniversary, and in that time, they have raised nearly $6 million in support of their mission. And you can benefit them with your donations and help us get that custom map at the end of this run. And our next run is ready. So here is Garby, who will be running Sonic Robo Blast 2 Vivian any %. Good luck and take it away.
Thank you. So this will be showcasing a mod of Sonic Robo Blast 2 that adds Vivian to the cast, and she can do a lot of cool things to help this run go really quickly. So I guess we'll just go ahead and start us off if we're ready with the countdown. So I'll go ahead and count us down then. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So one cool thing is that with when she bounces in water, she can take advantage of the low gravity to get an absurd amount of height from that. So we're already finished with the first level in just 12 seconds. The fastest you can get that is around 9 seconds, which is, I think, one of the fastest completion times you can get with any character, so that's really neat. And also, if she bounces on any object, she'll get a lot of height as well. Like either a badnik or like a capsule. And so the main movement tech is just going to be doing veil jumps to keep increasing our speed. That platform was mean, as happens. Okay, there we go. And I need to be a little careful there, because if I did that incorrectly, it is possible to soft lock, but that didn't happen there. And the coolest thing she can do is, when I finish a level, I can just like press one of the buttons and she'll do like a trans rights emote. So
nice.
So that is really cool. Yeah. So I can just kind of do that during downtime, and most of these bosses aren't that bad. I'm saying is Eggman's being a little mean here. Okay, good. Still fine. And that's already the first world of this town. And now I'm going to be moving on to Techno Hill, which is pretty similar to the first level. There is one gimmick added with like the goop in this stage. If you like go into it with most characters, you'll like just bounce in and out of it, and it has really low gravity. But Vivian can just bounce all the way down. But the only disadvantage with it is that it's impossible to like get back up to the level, so that can sometimes create cases where I need to restart. But that's Techno Hill Act 1 down. And I'm going to be heading on to Techno Hill Act 2, which is probably one of the more tricky levels. It has a lot of different cycles with the platforms and such. And there's going to be a jump here where I need to get a lot of height. Okay, good. First try. It's also possible to just sometimes go ahead and miss checkpoints and such. Okay, and luckily, a lot of the time she can, like, just avoid a lot of the enemies and obstacles and such by bailing underneath the ground. So, there's just a lot of cool abilities that she has. Okay, I'm just gonna go through this way, because I'm worried I'll just boot my head on the platform there. Okay, still made that cycle. Okay, this will be a pretty good act. Like, I think it's on pace for sub 110, which is pretty good. Now I'm going to be heading on to Act 3, the next fight. In this one, Eggman just shoots out these projectiles, and 5 hits in, he'll change his pattern. And that's a pattern that every Eggman fight follows. After 5 hits, Eggman will move on to the second phase of the fight, where the pattern will be different and usually harder. But that fight went pretty well. And now I'm going to be moving on to Deep Sea. Probably one of the harder levels. Well, I don't know if I'd say it's hard. It's just kind of long, and it's also an underwater level. But the strats here are still pretty technical. Like, with a low gravity, you can still move through this pretty quick. But I need to watch out for these bombs, because they'll stop me in my tracks if I hit them. But being able to bail into the ground helps a lot with avoiding them. And this also does have the drowning music, but I'm gonna have to hear that here, luckily. And now I'm gonna be moving on to one of the longer levels, Deep Sea Zone 2. Just before practicing today, I managed to get an ILPB during practice of 119.94, so that was cool. So hopefully I can get a time pretty close to that, but I'd be happy with, honestly, anything under 130. And I'm also going to be just pushing some statues and such. But otherwise, I guess, if you have anything you need to say, then you can feel free.
All right. Well, we've had a $10 donation from Kay in California saying, "Thanks for having me on. It was a fun time, and good luck to the runners up ahead."
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for that donation to Point of Pride. And remember, we still need to get a little further towards the custom app showcase by the end of this run, so get your donations in.
Oh, yeah. I definitely hope we can make that. Sonic Schoolhouse was one game I actually owned as a kid, and I was really excited when I found out that there was a custom map based on it, so I do really hope I get to show that off. And here I'm gonna try to punch that spring, because that just lets me float direct, like jump up to the ceiling a little bit more quickly. And that's another mechanic that I didn't mention yet. Vivian can punch the springs to get more height off them, and a lot of the time that saves. That helps out. You don't always want to do it depending on where you are in the level, but in that case it lets me fall more quickly to the goal. In this fight, Eggman will just be like spying random locations, and then 5 hits in they're like different, like just duplicates. But it's easy to tell the real Eggman because he'll be smoking and he shoots the lightning first before the duplicates. And this first jump is a little tricky because I need to take advantage of slope physics, which can be a little hard to be consistent with Vivian, just because it's very reliant on exactly when you... I was trying to get that ring. On when you jump out of the ground, and it's easy to just not get enough height from the jump. Oh no, that's a little unfortunate. If I fall into the lower path of that level, it's really hard to get back up. This is a really stylish run, but a lot of the time it's best to just restart if I make a mistake. So I generally try to get the checkpoints, and it's kind of unfortunate that I got hit, but right before that checkpoint, but it happens. Good, I got that shortcut. That can be a little tricky because hitting a wall or anything with Vivian makes you lose all your speed, so... But I got it. So this should be a pretty good level other than that death. But now the music suddenly stops and it's all ominous. Hey, let's go into this cage. Oh no! But hey, at least it's giving me a better little chance to do the trans rights emote again.
Nice.
Okay, I was a little scared of that. Bridge section, because those fights can totally halt all my momentum there, but that worked out. And now we're heading on to probably one of my favorite levels, Castle Eggman Act 2. It's a pretty tricky level with Vivian because if I was using someone like Tails, I could just fly up there, but there's not really enough space to do that with Vivian, considering that this is a pretty dense course with obstacles, so I need to so there's not always a lot of space to veil jump how I want to. This is kind of a place where I can play around though. And those shield enemies can also be annoying because they just snap me back. Okay. You have to be a little careful there because it's important to get up here at that section. And if I don't have enough speed, or I hit one of the springs, I lose a lot of speed in it, and it's a lot harder to make it. But there are ways to back it up with the slopes that are near where I want to go. Aha. And here I don't need to use this flinger, but it's a little more safe to do that. but we're just about at the end of this. Good. And for this boss, I luckily have a document up right here that has the exact buttons I need to press here, because for this I need to press the buttons in a specific order, and that'll open this cage so I can attack Eggman. And luckily the order is the same every time, so I can just memorize it and note it down. So... And then for the second phase, Eggman will fly around the arena. And I don't like that I'm losing all these rings. Let's at least get 2. Okay, hopefully that'll be enough. And I'll need to be a little careful for the second phase as well, because the fans that are to the sides of the audience will hit me with their fan if I get too close. So I'm gonna take this a bit safely and just wait on Eggman to get close. It's not that much slower than failing to try getting him early. Maybe about 10 seconds or so. But with that, we're already up to Red Canyon. So getting already kind of close to the end of the run. There's like, this is like the 5th zone of like, there's one mini zone that'll be after this. Red Volcano, then Egg Rock, which is the last main zone of the run, so... But this zone's really neat, and the music's a bop. And it's just really open, so... You know, giving Vivian plenty of space to just play around with her veil jump.
I've got some news if this is a good time for it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right. Millie T. Fox has donated $250 without a comment, but towards the Sonic Schoolhouse incentive. So that is met, and we will be seeing that.
Oh, that is awesome! Thank you so much for that donation.
And that donation has also put Power Up with Pride 2026's fundraising total over $6,000.
6K, I'm gay!
Thanks everyone for donating.
Yeah, thank you all so much. So one other cool thing you can do here, not only can trans girls jump, trans girls can also skip the minecart. So there we go. Normally you're supposed to ride that minecart and it's like a 50-second or minute-long auto-scroller, but with Vivian you can bail under the gate and just skip right past that. Oh, and this is fine. This battle can be kind of annoying because he just bounces all around the arena, and the fireball aiming is usually pretty good, but it can be a little finicky in this fight. But I already have 6 hits. 7? This... come on. Come on. Yeah, like... Oh no. Okay. That's a pretty good time, honestly. Like, 40, sub 45's good. Most stylish thing you've ever seen? Thank you.
Yeah, this one is quite stylish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's honestly a lot of fun to run. I've pretty much been trying to get my time down ever since I found out that this mod was a thing. It was released like sometime in, like, around June like 2024. Like, right after the remake was out, that's when about when this mod was made. And this is Red Volcano. It's kind of weird because it's a level that I sometimes don't think about much, but it's a pretty fun level to speedrun, and also one of the more tricky levels. Oh, I would have liked to get that checkpoint because there's a pretty hard skip coming up. So I want to be able to keep this ring here, and I can just damage boost to skip that ball there. You're normally intended to ride it along the lava, but you can skip it by doing that. So that saves quite a bit of time there. Okay. I have to watch out for those lava cycles. I'm gonna just go ahead and grab some rings, I think. Okay, good. Luckily that lava kind of saved me there. And so now I'm gonna be heading into the last main level of this run. Like Egg Rock, where it's, and also what I would say is the most tricky level of this game, because there's just so many things you gotta dodge and stuff, and bottomless pits everywhere. The amount of height you get from Vivian's jumps on the moving platforms can be a little bit tricky to predict. I want to say that it's consistent, but it varies a lot depending on exactly when you jump. So I don't always get up to the platforms that I expect to get up to. And now there's these, like, I can, like, change, like, direction and flip all around here. And I need to kind of follow that path. It's really risky to try skipping around any of it. And this is also a little tricky. Good. But I also need to watch here because if I don't land on these platforms correctly, I'll... How's that show there? Did I get the checkpoint? Oh, I didn't. That's kind of unfortunate because jumping up here is kinda tricky. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna take that section a lot more safely this time, definitely. And, most importantly, be sure to get the checkpoint. But you can skip getting some of these platforms, which I shouldn't be trying, but I can't help it. Oh, this is being kind of mean. But you know how it is sometimes. Okay, now I should be good. Okay. And the end of this level is really fun because it's a low gravity section. You're only intended to, like, jump on platforms, but hey, there's a monitor right here, and by bouncing on this, I can just skip directly to the goal.
Nice.
Thank you. So I will say, coming up for this level, about 2 minutes in, there is, like, a set piece that does create flashing lights, so do beware. Well, 2 minutes, I'd say probably about maybe 1 minute 45 to 2 minutes, depending on exactly how fast I go. But yeah, if you have anything you'd like to say, then feel free.
All right. Well, with the Sonic Schoolhouse incentive having been met, a new incentive has entered the arena. In Laurie D. Bunnykin's Microgravity run, that's a little later today, we now have a bid war open for the costume. The choices for that are gym clothes, Ronin, swimsuit, or winter jacket. And since that just opened, no one's weighed in yet, so you could be the first to just give one of them a head start.
Nice. Thank ya. And I love just doing that, like, trans rights emote on like, when I have to wait on stuff. And as you can see, there's just kind of a lot of conveyors and various, like, things. Okay, I avoided falling in the pit there, good. That could have been scary. And here's a flashing lights warning. It's just kind of a lot, so always just make sure to warn for that. And I'm gonna try to... I tried. And unfortunately, you have to wait a little bit if that happens, because I think it's pretty late on the platform cycle. But I just kind of wanted to see if I could get kind of a bit of an early cycle there. But yeah, there are these moving platforms all around here. Oh no. Okay, I'll save myself. I'm just gonna kinda take that a little safely after that. But we're nearing the end of this level. And... okay, those didn't get me. And that's the end of Egg Rock. So now we're kind of heading on to the final portion of the game, where we're going to be starting off with a Metal Sonic race. You know, this does pay tribute to a lot of the Sonic games, and here it's just kind of paying tribute to Sonic CD. But hey, Metal Sonic, not a match for awesome trans Shadow Sirens. Especially when I can just kind of just fail around everywhere. I'm gonna try just damage boosting there, and most importantly, I'm gonna keep an eye out for a ring, because, hey, I'm playing as Vivian, but this is still a Sonic game at the end of the day, so as long as I have one ring, I'm fine. And now I'm gonna be heading on to a battle with Metal Sonic. And the first 3 hits I just need to like aggro Metal Sonic to get him to make him vulnerable. And I'm just gonna kind of be doing that for the first 5 hits. He's being a bit annoying right now, which I do not appreciate. Okay. And that's 5, so now I just need to kinda wait and wait in the shadows for Metal Sonic to finish being angry. Nice try. You want to get me, huh? Oh, and this is what can just happen okay, good. I was so close to just having to wait there. And put Vivian in Somori. Yo, Somori mentioned? I remember playing that back in the day. It is definitely a game. But yeah, this portion's kinda long, so... Metal Sonic is just gonna keep trying and failing to get me. One other thing in this game, there are emblems that you can just find in levels, and also you can get just for doing various tasks, such as like not taking any damage in the boss fights. So with Vivian, that emblem is actually really easy to get because she can just hide in the ground when Metal Sonic tries shooting the projectiles, so that's kind of funny. And now I'm going to be heading on to the final boss. And this is Brock Eggman. And how he works. There's gonna be these pulls that come out. Okay, I would rather you have not been there, but I guess that's just where you're gonna be. And if I try attacking him now, I won't deal any damage. But after he goes in these pulls, I can start dealing damage. Oh, you're being mean. Okay, there we go. And now I just need to deal 12 hits. Eventually the lightning field will reactivate, but hopefully I can get at least like 8 or 9 hits this cycle. Luckily these fireballs help a lot with this fight. Make it a lot easier to get a lot of hits on the cycles. That might be 9. No, that's 8, I think, because after 9 hits, that force field that's the wall there will go away, which it's probably for the best that it's still there. No, did not want to get that. No. Come on. Okay, there we go. That's probably 9. Yes, that's 9. 10. Oh. No. Okay, 11. 12! Okay, so get ready on time. Time will be after I go down this elevator here. This will be about a 26:10, which is pretty good for marathon, honestly. And so that's time.
GG.
Thank you. That was pretty solid. There were some deaths, but I think most of the levels were generally pretty consistent. My PB in-game is a 24:32. But now that we finished that, I guess we'll just get going right on with the incentive. Thanks for coming for the GGs.
Yeah. Alright, well, it's incentive time. Before we do that, I wanted to read out a $25 donation from Super Blood Wolfmoon saying, 6K hype! Go fast, go stylish, go Garby.
Thank you so much.
And that went towards the swimsuit option in the costume bid war, so that is now in the lead.
Thanks. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah. So I guess if you're ready to start, we can start the incentive then. Oh wait, this is actually a totally different thing. Loaded the wrong one, so... Okay, I think if I just I think this should be the right one. Yeah. Get ready to learn!
I'm ready.
There's Sonic, so... I don't guess we really need a timer for this, but... there'll be like the in-game timer to look at. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead if you're ready.
Alright, good luck.
Thank you. So, and we can still use Vivian here, so that'll be fine. So, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, Sonic.
Hi there. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. You're going to play in my schoolhouse. If you've ever got a problem, find me and I'll help.
And there's still like some enemies throughout, and there are these blocks I can stand on.
Get ready for a Sonic adventure.
Oh, I'm excited.
Great answer.
Who is the bad guy? I wonder.
Yeah. Those alphabet blocks are a bit questionable, only having 3/26 of the alphabet on them.
The bad guy.
That's not the answer you want.
Are you sure? I guess maybe, it's gotta be
Great
Knuckles.
start, but you haven't given me the whole answer yet.
Is it?
That's not the answer. Try again.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and say Eggman.
Play one of my cool schoolyard games.
Yeah, they emulate like the games that you can play in Sonic
If
Schoolhouse.
anybody got any more questions, I'm always here. Grab all the rings you need by running over them. Robotnik and his friends will try to take your rings. If any of them hit you and you don't have any rings, you'll have to go back to school.
Oh no. But here I just need to collect the rings around here, and there's just also just various like just buildings around. It doesn't look like I can hear them though.
Watch out for Dr. Robotnik.
And yeah, Dr. Robotnik's also in the schoolyard as well, so I need to watch out. Luckily, unlike in the actual Sonic Schoolhouse, I can shoot fireballs at him, so it's not that bad. And here I need to collect 20 rings, and I can enter here.
You're smart.
Aw, thank you, Sonic.
Get ready for math.
Hey everyone, it's time for math.
6 times 1 equals.
And this is actually a pretty tricky part of like doing this like as a speedrun,
Match.
because pushing these letters can be a little tricky.
Divided by 5 equals.
And I have to watch out for not accidentally pressing the other letters, because if there's multiple letters on there, it won't count as the right answer. I need to push the letters off of that.
5, 4, 3, 2. Good match.
But there's just these to
9
solve. This one isn't that bad because the 6 is at least a little far away from all the other letters.
What comes before 10?
I think 6 becomes before 10. I mean, I think we can say that. But they don't accept that as the answer, unfortunately, so they didn't say anything like right before 10, so I need to put 9 here.
Good match. I bet you can read this without my help.
But that's kind of tricky. You just need to put 0 there, just because there's nothing on
All
the...
the matches. That's pretty clever.
And that puts us just about to the end of this. Oh. And it's still a little tricky if you fall, but there is luckily that platform to take you back up. But we're just gonna kind of bounce on these blocks, and that's the end of the Sonic Schoolhouse Showcase. So thank you everyone for donating for that.
Yep, thanks for showing us that. It was a good time.
Thanks. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching that. That was a lot of fun, and I'm happy to get to show off this mod. I was so excited when I found out Vivian was a mod. Vivian was a character in Sonic Roboblast 2, and trans rights. But I think that's all for me, so we can go ahead and get set up for the next run.
All right. Well, thanks so much for doing that run and that extra level for us. And that was Garby with Sonic Robo Blast 2 Vivian 80% plus the Sonic Schoolhouse mod showcase. Thanks again for that run. We'll be back very soon here on Power Up with Pride 2026 with Virus Rush with Lovish 80%. See you in a little bit. This is Power Up with Pride 2026, benefiting Point of Pride. You can get the donation link by typing !donate in chat or by looking in the description below. And we have some incentives open for your donations to do things to affect this marathon. We have the costume bid war in the Metro Gravity run that's coming up later today. The swimsuit is currently in the lead for that, but only by $25, so it doesn't take that much of a donation to change that. We also have a milestone open for watching bonus cutscenes in Enigma Heart, which is the run before Metro Gravity. We need to reach a donation total of $6,500 for that to happen. Now, since that one is for a donation total, your donations that towards the costume bid war will still count for that, so they go double towards affecting the marathon. All the more reason to get your donations in to Point of Pride.